So we got the mid-season trailer for Daredevil Born Again, and it focused on a few things that I think is very noteworthy. But I'm gonna go through the whole trailer to kind of just talk about it, just let kind of get everything out there. So it starts off with the robbery scene, which I believe is where we will finally see kind of the last straw for Matt becoming Daredevil, because as we see when he jumps literally on that guy's leg, that's kind of the moment where he grabs the red masks and starts to, go back in a way to the Daredevil persona, which would be really cool. Then we see the Muse fight, and at one point we see somebody getting choked, and I believe it to be Matt choking Muse. I mean, we've seen the boots. We don't know whose boots they are. We definitely know they're not Matt's boots. So I'm thinking in that point, and just by the surroundings, this is Matt choking Muse, maybe almost bringing him to close to death. We see the apartment being raided, and we also get some cool shots of both Daredevil and the Punisher teaming up. I believe the Punisher and Daredevil are teaming up after this, just because it's just how episode 4 kind of leads into this. It's also very brutal, the entire scene, the whole sequence with Daredevil and the Punisher. We also see a look at Bullseye with blood-stained teeth at this point and a bullet in his mouth. So it's interesting why Bullseye is actually back in the show. I figured he'd kind of be done after the first 2 episodes, but it seems like they have more planned for him this season. We see White Tiger, we see his niece, which I think at one point that's a new scene with his niece, so I wonder where they're leading with that. We see a lot of Heather and Matt, which could be a really interesting kind of see where them two are going at the end of this season. They go back a lot to the ballroom dancing scene, which we kind of figured that Fisk will be in it, just because later in the trailer he's in his classic white suit, or maybe a white tux, I could be wrong, and he's doing just finger guns for some reason, which I feel like is very, very weird. But there's a really cool and interesting scene here of what looks to be maybe some cops finding Muse's little lair, little cave. And I honestly don't think it's going to end really good for them. Maybe that's how Matt finds Muse's cave. But again, we get more brutal scenes with Punisher and Daredevil, and they're really, going in with these two, probably because episode 5, maybe episode 6. I don't say episode 6 as much as I say episode 5, because if you didn't see my latest video, one of my latest videos, IMDb kind of showed that it seems that the scene we're going to get Daredevil in the costume will be in Muse's cave in episode 6. So I believe episode 5 could be maybe the robbery scene. And then by the end, have the team up of the Punisher and Daredevil. And another really cool scene is we see them swinging and Daredevil is holding the Punisher, which would be really cool to see kind of what the Punisher says about this. At the end, it kind of closes off with somebody talking, and it's toning in on Muse. I probably think it's Muse at this point. But let me know what you thought of the mid-season trailer. Let me know what you think of Daredevil Born Again so far. Let me know all your predictions for the show. And thanks for watching.